What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. We back late. A lot of news today. Craig Jones, mostly. Maybe some updates on some other stuff. I'm tired today, so we're just gonna get through as much as we can. Just did a seminar yesterday. Shout out to everybody at Infinity MMA. Thank you guys. Love to pop in, get some training, and eat some food, bro. We ate. So we got Craig Jones. We'll probably talk about him all day today. Not the best news, but that's life, man. He's okay, man. He's okay. No worries about him. He gonna be okay. He'll be okay if he goes to UK or Australia. Wherever he goes, he'll be all right. Saudi Arabia, he'll be all right, man. Not too worried about him. Yeah, I am a lot later than normal, but it's all good. We got a little bit of Moneyberg, a little bit of Craig Jones, a little bit of Gordon Ryan, a little bit of Helena. Shoot, there's too much stuff going on, man. I wake up. What's going on today? So let's just start it. You guys jump in as you want. So on Craig Jones's his page, his Instagram, he says end of B team. The end of B team. Some pictures. The way Craig Jones, I think Craig Jones was on that green card, and just his antics, probably did not help. And this is not the best time for immigrants, to be honest, in America. So, Craig Jones stands out. So, I definitely could see something getting not renewed, or some forms not being going through, or yeah, we don't know his visa status. So sometimes these guys, our Brazilian friends, our Australian friends, they can't come over and stay like they want to a lot of times. Craig says, I left for cigarettes and never came back. Sorry, boys. B team is ending, but don't be sad. Nicky Ryan, Nicky Rod, Ethan Krenelstein, and BJ Damien are taking over. So we'll do a little teaser, a little warm up, reading the comments. You know how we do it, and then we'll move on. We'll move on to, who is that guy? So let's read some of these comments. I'll see if I can zoom in for you guys. Oh, here we go. We'll read a little bit. You guys got to look at my mug. I just woke up. I didn't do nothing. Let's see. Queensway. Yep. Queensway, Kingsway, and Queensway. What if these guys all just went back to, I guess they wouldn't go back to Gordon. Maybe they could. I don't know. Who knows what's going on anymore? I don't know what's going on in this sport anymore. Last week we had the Moneyberg debacle. Now we got the Craig Jones over here leaving us. Gabby's laughing. It could be fake. It could be fake. Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones. This is a marketing tactic that, I definitely could expect from him. Someone said, this is fake news. I don't believe it. Perhaps the real B team was the friends we made along the way. That might be true. The boys finally cut the poison. J-Rod back, and they're taking the D team. They're making the D team. Said the last photo is Seth Belezzi. Belezli. Face anytime Craig messages him. Are you going to open the C team now, Craig? Or just going down the alphabet? Or are you joining Kingsway? It'll always be an honor to call you coach. Thank you, and thank you to Coach Seth. Is that the other owner of the gym? I don't know. Looking forward to this next chapter with Coach Nicky Ryan. My only issue with Nicky Ryan, I like Nicky Ryan actually, is that he's super young. So I'm always worried when the coaches are really young You need some experience. You need some gray hairs, I believe, if you want to run a good program. Uh, Nicky, he's had a good career. I mean, kind of cut short, honestly. He's good technique, but I feel like you do need that old head. You need that old figurehead. Kind of helping rein in the young guys. Which looking at J Rod, they didn't really rein in J Rod, did they? They had to kick him out. They let things get too far. Kingsway got Danaher. I don't know what he does there, but at least he's the figurehead. I don't know what we'll see. We'll see how they do. I don't know. Pause on what I said, or I don't know. Too tired today. Too tired to joke today, guys. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Nicky Ryan does. He seems okay. From when I met him. Now, if they say we're gonna put Nicky Rod in charge, I'll be worried. If they said they were gonna put Ethan maybe. Ethan's a little bit older, I think. I do think you need some life experience before you start running a school full time. I tried to run a school as a young guy, and I think it's a lot to ask for a young person. Especially Nicky Ryan's not pursuing the athletic career. But yeah, I do think you need some life experience. You need to be able to have uncomfortable conversations with people. You can't always do that when you're younger. But we'll see. What do I know? Let's see what nice try, Diddy. Best dad in the world. Craig's dropping huge plot twist every day. I can't keep up. Bit late for April Fool's Day. It might be true. We don't know. It says J Rod really was the glue holding the team together. It says B team rebranding to D team because new head coach is Derek Moneyberg. Oh no! Don't bring Derek Moneyberg back. We talked about him all last week. The Phoenix rises from the ashes. The real B team was the gooning done all along the way. Nobody's serious on here. We're going to get to Reddit later, guys. Stevie Wonder saw this coming. What's going on? Craig Jones is now training under Moneyberg. It was possible. So we'll continue the story, guys. Just seeing if there was anything else on here. I'm sure it'll pop up. You guys can see my tab. Oh, you can't see my tabs. You guys can't see all my tabs. We're not going through everything today, guys. This is from BJJ Korea. It says B team is going to be taken over and rebranded. It's going to be run by Nicky Ryan as head coach. Nicky Rod will be there. Ethan will be there. Damian will be there. Me, I'm out of here. I've got one competition match left. B team's done, and I will be leaving America. Could be publicity. Remember when he got arrested allegedly at Flow Grappling? So it's possible. It's possible, but it could also be marketing. We talked a little bit about Claw. I was talking about this with my boy Xavier. So they did their draft. Is that the real draft? Oh, that's the mock draft. So they're basically doing like a PGF style team format with some of your favorite wrestlers. And there's another organization called RAF, Real American Freestyle. They got all the superstars, but Claw's got the guys that are good you just never hear about. So we're gonna see. We're gonna check both out and see how they go. That's starting this month, I believe. We got Ethan. He says end of an era again. So he's been a part of a couple team splits. Queens Way. I can, but I can't believe this. Move back to Canada and elevate the game there. That's why I be telling most people, go back to your country, not in a racist or whatever type of way. I'm telling you, go back to your country and build up the people there. Build them up. I'm sure Canada could use a C team. Canada team. Canada is in need of epic athletes and coaches. Yeah. So we'll see what Ethan does. He just moves wherever he needs to move. He moved to New York. He moved to Puerto Rico. He moved to Texas. I mean, where else can he go after this? Could be marketing. We don't know. Fans are concerned after worrying video of McGregor. He's just partying. McGregor likes to party. He got all the money in the world. He wants to party. He gonna party with Moneyberg. We too poor to understand why they party like they do.
Everybody wants to see Leonardo Elvis. Let's bring him out.
He's looking a little rough. Maybe a little bit of swelling on his face. I don't know what's going on with Conor McGregor. These guys get some money, man, and they switch up. So, they be having habits they never had before. They can afford stuff they could only dream about before. So I wish, I like GSP because he's all about health, Conor, he over there drinking, smoking, fighting. I mean, maybe that's what he wants to do. We got an acai machine. Can't play this, but check out this acai machine over here, man. I'm jealous. And this is at Checkmat HQ. I believe it's in Huntington Beach or somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yo, give me that acai. Yo. It's small, though. How much was that? Bro, acai. Wait a second. $5.49 for acai and banana. Can you guys see that? Let me move it over for you guys. Yo. I can't afford the acai at the tournaments no more. $20. But this one don't look too bad. It's small, but you get acai and banana for $5.49. You add some toppings for $1. Yeah, $6.49. That wasn't bad. Guys, if you got a school, go ahead and think about getting this acai machine. I guess you gotta. How do you put the products in there? The banana, is it all frozen or shredded or something? Oh, it just pours it out for you. Puts a little bit of granola in there. I like that, though. I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm jealous. After training, you want that acai bowl. Let me see what comments they got real fast. Are they in Portuguese? Someone says, we need one here in Dallas. Next level. I'm a little jealous, man. I wish I had that acai right now. Got Mica. What's Mica up to? Looks like he's doing the Rio Winter. It's the below the equator, the seasons are different. So I believe it is winter down there right now. I don't know if we can get the translation going. So his dad runs his program. It's called BJJ College. Maybe we need to look at that. Says President at Rio Winter to honor this great event and follow my team, BJJ College Online, in action. So he just going to coach. He hasn't been competing in IBJJF. I wonder if he's running away from USADA. Are you running away? If you guys didn't know, he already got hit with a test before. My man, he got the face of a kid, but the body of a 30-year-old. He's looking a little chunky. What's going on, bro? I don't know why he hasn't been competing in the gi. He's just been doing no-gi lately. Who knows? I want to research that BJJ college still.
What does it look like? I have a rib that hurts really bad, and the only way I can stretch is if I completely let my arms hang off and not the beds, the counters, nothing's high enough. So this is like just working.
So
it's very structurally strong. I tested it, and it's easy to climb up here. So.
How much weight are these guys cutting? Didn't he just do 180? What weight class did he did the higher weight class at right? Let me see. When is the tournament? I hope it doesn't pop up on there. Next week is UFC BJJ. Oh, so this is from earlier. What weight class did he do, guys? Can somebody tell me? I don't remember. Don't remember that weight class he was on. Anyway, he's got a match with Canuto. Oh, 31st of July. So maybe it's not in 2 weeks. It's 1 week, 2 weeks. It is 2 weeks. It's on a Thursday. Why don't they put it on a Saturday, bro? Doesn't he know jiu-jitsu people are all over 30? Gotta sleep in or gotta go to sleep early. So yeah, we'll see how Attack It does. Bro, these tabs, bro. We got J-Flow. Man, J-Flow too smooth, bro. We're just lucky that J-Flow is older. Because, bro, he'd be taking all our lunch money. Bro, that foot sweep that you don't see, minus 77. So that's like 70 pounds or something, 170. Tackett, yeah, I guess Tackett's a little bit bigger. He's kind of tall, but some of these guys are tall and can still make 170. J Flow says, thank you, Jason Whitfield. J Flow says, this is the art of blending wrestling, judo, and jiu-jitsu into one fluid, effective system. Each discipline brings its own strength. Wrestling's pressure and control, judo's timing and throws, jiu-jitsu's flow and finishes. When combined, you get the seamless transitions that create scoring opportunities from every angle, on the mat, in the cage, or on the competition stage. This isn't style versus style, it's style with style. So, man, I wish we had a younger J-Flow. He didn't have CJI back then. He didn't have Claw or Real American Freestyle back then. So, all they had was the Olympics. And, there's only one spot, really. We got training labs over here. So, you know when I talked about having that older figurehead, somebody you can trust, that's been through all this, been through everything. So that's what the guy at Training Lab is kind of like. I think his name's Coach Casey or Coach Cal. That's something you can't develop. There's no 20-year-old Coach Cals. There's no 25-year-old Coach Cals out there. You need that life experience, that years of research, working with top athletes. You just, there is no young, it's just not, it's not possible. Now there are some technical young people, but they usually don't have that life experience. Nicky Ryan just started coaching people. But shout out to Training Labs. You probably saw some of your favorite fighters. I saw Helen. What's up, Helen? How you doing, girl? You got some Dagestani dudes. I just, I value experience, which really doesn't seem to be the case anymore. But yeah, you got some top athletes, some top UFC fighters over there. Everybody working. Champions aren't born; they're forged in fire. That garage is a scary place right now. Man, do I miss the push Coach Cal brings. That's TJ Dillashaw right there. Yeah. I do value experience, but it doesn't seem like people value experience anymore. We got Yui Sasaki. I'm a huge fan of hers too. She's doing some seminars here in America. I believe America. Or was it Guam? Which is basically America. Shout out to her, man. She over there sharing the techniques with the kids. You can tell the jiu-jitsu kids, they don't have shoes on. And you got the wrestling kids over there. Got a couple wrestling kids with the wrestling shoes on. Look at them. There we go. That's a wrestling kid right there. I like them all white shoes. I need some all white shoes. Anyway, thank you, Yui Sasaki, for sharing your techniques. I would definitely go to one of her clinics. Respectfully, guys. And I keep telling you that female wrestling is growing, man. If you got daughters or cousins, nieces, man, you might get a full ride to college. Speaking on ladies, we got Helena. What's up, Helena? She had her black belt debut. Not the most kind of underwhelming, but she still won. She did the Austin Open. So Austin right now, everybody on summer vacation, but she got double gold. Probably had one or two matches. I want to see her fighting the best girls. I don't want to see her ducking. And I don't want to see other girls ducking her. I want to see the best girls go at it. Helena says, today was my first IBJJF black belt debut. In Nogi, I had only one match, but it was against a Pan Nogi double gold champion, which I was able to finish by submission. So, dang, she just tearing these other girls apart. Helena had a hard time over there at Polaris, though. So there are some good girls. We got to get them all together. We got Achilles Hosha versus John Thor. I need a rematch, Thor. Let's do the rematch, bro.
There you go, buddy. Up, play in. There you go.
But it was a crazy match from the start. I knew he was going to take the negative by pulling. He thought he did enough to secure it as a takedown, but he didn't. So I started off the match with a negative already ahead. And from there, he had to play catch up, and I capitalized every time he made a mistake. Competing at my natural weight definitely feels a lot better, so I feel awesome.
Bro, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't understand ADCC scoring. The last time I did the Open, and I was looking at the screen. I was like, what the heck is going on? Wasn't that a sweep? I didn't understand. I don't understand the rules. They be making up rules. They don't count takedowns. They don't count. I don't know what the heck's going on with ADCC. So that is a bigger reason why I do IBJJF a lot of the times. I understand the rule set. Okay, you can talk to me logically about, well, okay, I didn't get the point there because the dude's foot was out of bounds. Okay, I understand. ADCC, you're like, all right, I definitely got to take down nothing. And so, I can't tell you for the life of me, it makes no sense to me. So maybe I need to go to the rules. ADCC is crazy because you got to go to the rules seminar every time because you like, oh, we changed this. Oh, we're doing that now. IBJF, I know the rules. I know what's going on. They might update the rules one time a year at the beginning of the year. Let everybody know. They have rules courses. It's a little bit more structured. When you do ADCC, I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then they slamming you. You got Achilles Hosha over there jumping on your knee. So yeah, that's a big reason why I push more IBJJF. I'm not saying they're perfect. None of these tournaments are perfect. But when ADCC, I still don't understand the rules. It can look like Thor doing all the work, and then they're like, "Oh, you got a minus point," and then all right, he didn't score nothing else the whole time.
But it was a crazy match from the start.
And didn't he just slam him? He wasn't really in a submission. If you're in a crucifix and a dude slams you, they just, like, ADCC will let you die out there. You trying to use technique and dude just slam you. And I don't know if you can slam in a rules set anymore. Well, it wasn't a submission, but they can just slam you. You can slam out of submissions, but you're not supposed to slam. That was clearly a slam. IBJF, that would have DQ'd homeboy. He would have been out of there. ADCC, they say keep going.
I knew he was going to take the negative by pulling. He thought he did enough to secure it as a takedown, but he didn't. So I started off the match with a negative already ahead. And from there, he had to play catch up, and I capitalized every time he made a mistake. Competing at my natural weight definitely feels a lot better.
Oh, they definitely going to get sued, too. As soon as somebody gets paralyzed, they hit the concrete over there, they're going to sue ADCC. For sure. We got Ronnie Coleman, guys. You guys love Ronnie Coleman. Lightweight, baby. Nothing but a peanut. Yeah, buddy. A Better Me says, phew, no thank you. Masters 3 here, and it's a no from me. Yeah, this stuff's crazy out here. I wish ADCC would adapt their rules to the climate of the day. They have made some changes, but I mean, the fighters don't know the rules. The referee don't look like he know the rules. You might go out there and get maimed, and they won't stop the match. Ronnie Coleman says, it's been a long and scary 2 weeks battling my complications from sepsis. One of the guys, infections are real, man. Stuff's real out here. One of the toughest fights of my life. But I couldn't have fought so hard without the love and support from all my fans, and especially my wife, Susan. Your prayers, your messages, and your belief in me gave me the strength when I needed it most. It's thanks to you that I'm as Ronnie strong as I am today. Yeah, buddy. It ain't nothing but a peanut. So yeah, guys, infections are real. Ronnie Coleman. We looked at Kevin Randleman. We looked at Ben Askren. We got a message from Sebastian. Yoga for BJJ, basically. Yoga for BJJ says, coaches, I'm begging you, please don't use push-ups as punishment. You're hearing it from me first. He says, push-ups don't teach discipline. They teach kids that movement is a consequence. They turn something we want them to love into something they want to avoid. It says, misbehavior is not equal to toxic. It's communication. Are they bored, struggling to understand, neurodivergent, and overwhelmed, looking for connection? Before you correct, reflect. Did I explain this clearly? Was the activity appropriate for their age? Are they seeking safety, attention, or control? How would I want my own child to be treated here? What to do instead? Reset with a fun transition game. Pair them with someone who can help. Shift the structure or pace. Calm chat on the sidelines. Celebrate even small progress. This all sounds awesome until there's one bad kid disrupting the whole class. And this has happened to me multiple times. You might have a class of 30 kids. You got one helper, 30 kids, and then little Johnny over there is being a butthole. So if you can stay calm and handle this the way they're saying, awesome. But sometimes, all right, Johnny, you got to sit out for a little while. Go sit over there for a little bit. You're getting on Sensei's nerves. Sometimes you can be a little bit strict, Discipline isn't about control, it's about connection. Kids need mentors, not drill sergeants. Teach them, don't punish them. Sometimes you got to punish these kids. Have you seen these kids out here today? Ain't never been punished, never told no. I'm all for, the new gentle parenting, gentle coaching. But sometimes you got to be a little hard on these kids. All right, little Johnny, sit on the wall for a little bit, man. Let's raise a generation that loves movement, not fears it. That's true. I don't want them hating anything, jiu-jitsu or any of the. But listen, some of this stuff ain't fun. Sometimes the push-ups ain't fun. Sometimes the squats ain't fun. Sometimes, whatever you got to do, the stripping ain't fun, but you got to do it. I understand what they're saying, but I also don't want to sugarcoat everything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not saying be a drill sergeant. You got to have some empathy and understanding, but listen, we can't always be soft. Sometimes jiu-jitsu ain't easy, man. Contrary to what Moneyberg said, jiu-jitsu ain't supposed to be easy all the time. Sometimes it's not fun. It's not ecological. We ain't playing no games all the time. Sometimes you got to grind, Jiu-jitsu ain't all fun and games. I mean, that's what ecological wants it to be, but sometimes you got to struggle a little bit. You got to scratch your head like, how am I going to do this? We got a PJ Barch versus Jason Rao. Jason Rao, one of your favorite instructors. I think we might do a video on him one day. Oh, you missed me in Jersey? Well, I'll be back next year. It's all good, man. We might have something set up for November, December if you in town. I hope there's no music. Can't play that. It says 2018 to 2019, Jiu-Jitsu Superfight scene was dominated by Acai. They in Aiga now. He doesn't do tournaments anymore though. It gave us countless memorable matches. One of which includes this scrap between Jason Rao and PJ Barch. On the radio. Can't play that. Jason Rao is one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters. He just, doesn't compete well for some reason. Yeah, I definitely want to do a video on Jason Rao. That might be pretty cool. Bro, we zooming today, bro. Happy Monday. Happy Magic Monday, guys. Did a seminar yesterday, so that's why I started so late today. I'm still tired. Talking about Moneyberg, he's got a super fight on CGI, so, the marketing worked. They got us all. He's going to be going against Ryan Grun of CSW, Combat Submission Wrestling. So we'll see how he does. If that guy gets a green Lamborghini the day after the fight, we know what's up, man. Says you heard it here first, folks. Super fight announcement. Craig Jones Invitational, August 30th to the 31st in Las Vegas. Massive thank you to Craig Jones for making this happen. And major respect, he already compromised, to Derek Moneyberg for stepping up and accepting the challenge. He in Moneyberg's pocket too. No subs. Moneyberg already paid him off. Got a little clip that says J-Rod trying to fit in at his new gym.
I mean, imagine if you did that in a public place, like gooning, all while there's electronic devices, then you'll end up being banned in each and every store. And
J-Rod, don't get banned. Is J-Rod coming back to B team? I mean, I don't know what's going on. You guys know we'll cover it here. Some more Craig Jones. What else you got to say?
We out here in the East Baltimore, Baltimore. We are announcing new wave 88 kilo double ADCC gold medalist at 88 kilos, Giancarlo Badoni. I left the team. I thought they were going to replace me with someone worse. They replaced me with someone better, and he fulfilled every dream that I ever had in this sport. He is a powerhouse, and we're super thankful to have him in the next CGI Invitational. Watch it free on YouTube. Buy your tickets now, please. We need the money we wasted on this car. Follow him on Instagram watch his goddamn podcast, and most of all, support him on BJJ Fanatics. He has some of the best instructionals in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. We got let's just listen to Iowa coaches over here. Is Iowa gonna have a team the next couple years? Yeah, I got a lot of tabs, bro.
Training your fingers for war, and that can mean a lot of things.
Oh, they got music on it. Let me not play that. If it's got music, this is how many stories there are to cover in this sport. You know, if I could do it a different way. We got Fargo. Fargo's been going on. Shout out to all the people, you know, the youth. I believe the juniors and under 16, they're out there. We saw a figure. I don't know if it will pop up. I watched a little bit yesterday. It was okay. You know, wrestling, man, wrestling is growing. I'm telling you to get your girls into it. Let's see. It says the junior women's entry. So last year they had 79. In 2024 they had 79, and then this year they had 1,216, and that's at Fargo. So actually, wait a second. Oh, never mind. Oh, it was up. So for the juniors, it went from 79 to 1,216, and for the under 16, it went from 191 to 1,029. So the girls, man, it's growing. If you got any ladies and your, nieces or daughters, get them into wrestling, bro. Get that scholarship. Was Bo Bassett wrestling too? I didn't see that. Yo, man, wrestling's we have no idea where Bo Bassett's going. He just decommitted from Iowa, so we'll see. I'm sure he'll be okay wherever he goes. Hey, oh, them girls out there too, bro. Winter Storm, you jinxed me, bro. You jinxed all my tabs, bro. The girls out there too, bro. The girls out there too. Talking about Craig Jones, our Brazilian bros are in trouble too. So apparently they have a visa fee. I think it was $185 they had to pay. Now that fee has gone up. So, all the Brazilians competing in America, whenever they want to come over here, they got to pay a lot of money to get through the customs and everything. So the immigration. So that's pretty bad. I believe this is it went up to $250 or something like that. It says, attention jiu-jitsu community. Will you get a visa to compete, coach, or train in the U.S.? A new fee of $250 has been sanctioned by President Donald Trump, according to Info Money portal. This charge, called the Visa Integrity Fee, comes into effect only from October 1st, 2025. That is, however, whoever takes the visa before that date still pays the current amount. I believe it's like $185 or something, $180 US. From October, the total cost could reach $250, maybe more. The measure applies to tourist, exchange, and temporary work visas. Stay tuned and anticipate your process. So it might be a little bit harder for our Brazilian friends to get over here. We got to meet Laura. You guys know her as Mica Galvao's girlfriend. She's got a seminar too. Wrestling seminar. Where is this? Oh, it's in California. Something that I do like about these wrestling clinics, they be doing it for a long time. You know, this thing starts at 11:15, and they're gonna have 3 sessions. Sometimes they do 2 sessions, like 2 days. Says scholarships available. It's a little pricey, but you know, it's for an Olympic champion. It's kind of worth it. So if you guys are in Pleasanton, California, go check it out. I don't want to cover that. We got Chris Cyborg. She just had a birthday. She over there working her technique. Did Cobrinha show you this move, Cyborg? I guess he did show it. I never seen. Has anybody seen that Neon Belly defense? I don't think I ever seen that Neon Belly defense. I might have to try that. See if that works. I don't really get caught in Neon Belly, but I mean, you guys go ahead and try it for me. Tell me if that works. I just pushed the knee off. Talking about ladies in wrestling, we got A-Rod, not the baseball player, the grappler. So she just started a new for women's only jiu-jitsu academy. So I'm interested in the idea. I hope it goes well. I do believe jiu-jitsu is for everybody. You know, the men, the women, the children, the old people. You know, disabled, whatever. I believe jiu-jitsu is for everybody, but I do want the women to have a safe space. So, you know, I'm hoping it goes well, but, you know, I want to train with some of the girls. No Diddy, but, you know, some of the girls are good training partners too. They have a different style, and there's certain techniques they do that, you know, the guys don't do. So, you know, I'm all for everybody training together, but, you know, sometimes you get dudes trying to goon all over the place, and they scare some of the ladies away. So I definitely think there's a need for more women's only programs, maybe women's only classes, but I do want everybody to be together more so. But it seems like it's going well, so shout out to her.
I feel like that went completely viral. Is that something that you practice, or was that an in the moment thing?
No, yeah, I have no idea. I was just like, I like double legs, and I do like I said, I do a lot of situational rounds. So like the kipping escape, I'm very hard to hold from mount, and Philippe's hips got a little bit high, so I just did the kipping escape. And as I like kicked him away, he like started to run after me with like his hands up. And I was just like, fuck it, like grab the legs. And he put me in a guillotine. And I don't know, I study a lot. And I was like, okay, ADCC rules, guillotine, I'm allowed to slam. So I think in CJI, the rules are the same, right? Like if you get put in a submission, you're allowed to slam out of the submission, I believe.
ADCC, Achilles Social over there slamming Thor. And they just say, keep going. You know, man, I don't know. We're cutting out, you know, you guys make fun of all my tabs, but when I start cutting the tabs down, I feel better. I like seeing those tabs get cut down.
Credit.
Credit to Karate Combat, which is the pit.
Yeah, we shouted them out for the inspiration.
You've competed for them.
Competed for them. We have a licensing agreement with them. So, like, I think we decisively proved that that format is the best format for grappling. I do like to give people credit.
Credit to Karate Combat, which is the pit.
Yeah, we shouted them out for the inspiration.
You've competed for them.
Competed for them. We have a licensing agreement with them. So, like, I think we decisively proved that that format is the best format for grappling. I do like to give people credit.
Credit to Karate Combat, which is
talking about ADCC, you've got Mo. Has anybody ever seen Mo roll? I've never seen him roll. You know, I was jumping on Moneyberg, but I've never seen Mo roll before. Anyway, Mo says, I think it's time. I'm working on doing an ADCC gi event. So isn't that World Pro? Just work with your cousins over there, bro. We already got the World Pro. We don't need an ADCC branded. We already got Abu Dhabi World Pro. I guess he forgot about it. It says one of ADCC's main organizers, Mo Jasim, revealed on Instagram story that he's working on the idea of an ADCC event exclusively with the gi. Some dude said, is there heel hooks included? Get out of here, bro. In the gi, bro. Get out of here, bro. I'm tired of people trying to do heel hooks in the gi. It's too much fabric, bro. You can't escape in that gi. It's like, all right, let's do heel hooks with shoes on. Your leg gonna get torn off. Someone said this will be a massive game changer. We already got World Pro. Why doesn't he just partner with them? I don't see anybody mentioning that because they probably don't know. I really wonder about our sport, bro. They don't have no knowledge. Can't look up anything. Getting money for Moneyberg or Mo. We got a sugar daddy problem in this sport. Some people will do. I don't trust ADCC. They're gonna add heel hooks in the gi. Everybody gonna get their legs blown out. I'm gonna let you guys test that for me. ADCC can't even. They don't even know their rules. Out here getting slammed. You're like, wasn't that against the rules? Referee's like, well, keep going. Yeah, I don't really believe in it. Cause like, listen, if you can do heel hooks in the gi, I'm gonna wrap you up in a worm guard. You can't move. Okay, I'm gonna tear that heel off now. Or the gi gets in the way. They don't realize that all that friction, you can't move. You can't slip out. Even Sambo, they do leg locks with the gi on, but they at least they took the pants off to make it viable. Talking about the ladies, we got Mica Bastos. She got a women's workshop. I'm telling you, these girls are ready. No Diddy, they out here ready to, promote the sport. Pretty interestingly, she's going to do this at Unity. If you guys didn't know, she used to be at Unity before she moved to AOJ. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad she can go back and do a seminar there. If you're a Meow Bro, you can't go back to Unity, but if you're Mica, you can do it. It's open to all affiliations and belt levels. So if you have any ladies out here, July 20th, sorry. Was that next week or so? 12 to 1, New York City, I believe. So go check that out, guys.
In public, like full fucking gi though. Not like gi pants and like a t-shirt and try to be discreet, or wear a hoodie and try to just kind of go in and out the store. What if I went full fucking gimmick? I'm gonna do it. At least we know exactly where we're going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, he's a black belt. That makes it worse. He looks like I don't want to say what he looks like.
We're like Target veterans now.
You look like a karate
we know exactly
guy.
What we're doing. this way.
People don't care. Like, why is this karate dude over here?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. Who am I? I don't know. And so then I was like, fuck it. What if I wear the gear?
Who is that lady? Why was he hugging? I don't know. I feel like this dude's in New York or something. He says, I was curious about how people would react. They didn't care to seeing a grown man in a gi in public. I don't know. Why would you? Why is that? Why would you even do that? He probably thought you were homeless or something, bro. So I decided to find out, and it was wonderful. Take chances. Life is fun when you do. Don't wear your gi around there. You know, I'd be seeing them kids wearing their karate gis out and about. You know. Well, he could do that because he's a black belt. But imagine he was a blue belt. You think he'd be out there wearing his gi with his blue belt? Probably not. I mean, he definitely embarrassed all the black belts, but, you know, whatever. Someone said, wait, did you know her? I hope so. You out here hugging random girls? I wouldn't do that, but, you know, he's not me. Let's see the comment. It says, Oh, I don't know who that was. I'm not going to research it. Today is not a researching day, guys. Today is a let's knock out these tab days. What's up, Adele? She got a fight coming up. She fighting in Miami. She gonna fight Achilles Hosha's brother or sister. Adele looking good. No Diddy. I mean, technically, you know, she's doing well. She's been training with Otto's crew. Good luck to her. He brings him back up to Miami, though. That's where the Who's Number One is. It says fastest black belts in histories. We got Travis Stevens. He got his black belt in 1.5 years. Kyle Teja. Can't see. There's a big thing right there. BJ Penn, 3.5 years. Maybe Kyle Teja 3 years, 3.5 too. BJ Penn, 3.5 years. Derek Moneyberg, 3.5 years. Mikey Musumeci, 4 years. Well, 4 years as an adult. Or from adult white belt to or blue belt to black belt. Gordon Ryan, 5 years. I don't know how accurate that is. But, you know, Moneyberg, he's in history. He's in jiu-jitsu history so far. So it's going to take someone with more money than Moneyberg to get their black belt in 1 year. 1 day. Zuckerberg could do it. Josh Saunders, whatever, however you say his freaking name. He's still competing, but isn't homeboy a Nazi? Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. And he's fighting in Brazil, so I mean, they definitely got a couple of those in South America. He just meeting up with his cousins out there. So I don't know what to say, you know. I don't know what to say, bro. This sport's crazy, bro. You got the dude over there doing Nazi salutes and posting Nazi quotes and everything else, and it's still good. So yeah, that's our sport. Doesn't that feel good when those tabs go away, guys? We got Grandpa, Dagestani Grandpa. Dang, knocking over the chair. Yo, them old grandpas, you can't even out wrestle those old grandpas. Is that a sativa, brother? Guys, don't start no fights in Dagestan. You're going to get taken down quick. What Lovato got to say?
Jeez, man. No, that it just, my body, like I was really broken down going into the last one, and competing against the kids over 2 days, overtimes, waking up on day 2, I'm broken already. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to compete on Sunday. I don't want to wake up on a Sunday all beat up and have to go again, that kind of stuff is definitely coming to an end. But professional opportunities, I'm still here for it. I'll still go against anybody, one match, no problem. So I do have a match lined up with Giancarlo for ONE FC. It was supposed to be in August, but they had to postpone it. And now it's going to be November 16th. I don't know if I should say it. I don't know if it's been announced, but it'll be a part of their biggest show of the year, which is going to take place in Tokyo. And so really looking forward to that challenge. That's still going to happen. So, anybody, one match, big stage, I would love to, still be a part of these special shows and be a part of the growth of jiu-jitsu, on the professional stage. I'm definitely still into that. But the adult division, I'm not competing against anybody in their 20s for free anymore. No more ADCCs, man. No.
He said he's not competing against anybody in their 20s for free, which makes sense. I mean, why are you competing for free at all? You Lovato, you gotta compete for free.
Please. This was my life with him. I make him breakfast. We're getting ready to go. I ask him a question. He goes. I ask another question. He goes. No. Then we jump in the car for 1 hour. I go talking to him. He goes. No social, man. Porra.
Show them a move.
Roger is very good in bringing your arm up like this. Né? You see? And he thinks about it. You see that? He thinks before he goes. Say yes, rapaz. Oh. Say something important, Roger, please.
Man, that was pretty funny. It'd be your own family be roasting you, Plus, you in the Gracie family. And Henzo pretty outgoing. I mean, he's definitely crazy, but he's outgoing. And he over there roasting. There's always a hierarchy, Nobody else can roast Hodger like Henzo can, And that's crazy, bro. He said, say something, man. Maybe Hodger got a little bit of tism too, but we don't know. Can't speak. What? Based off his jiu-jitsu skills, I can question maybe.
Get in here. The amount of times I watch you guys and oh, thank you, man.
So that's one of our influencers out there. I'm sure you guys follow him. I don't know. Today, lazy day, is Magic Monday, where I make the tabs disappear. This is from a couple days ago, but it was I guess somebody had reached out to Craig Jones. Says 3 days ago. Says, let me just read the post and I'll try to explain. It says, do you know if anyone is going to be in Austin April 18th? So maybe a year ago or so. Or maybe this year. A really rich guy I work with wants to interview you. A really rich guy that I work with wants to interview you for his podcast. He will pay $2,500 and a good guy to know. So we're speculating that this was Moneyberg. Possibly. So crazy if these guys are out here selling their morality for $2,500, but some people do, so they would do that for less. It says, so you're telling me all of the UFC BJJ stars on Moneyberg's page that look like they are being held hostage while wearing his shirts with Moneyberg's face on them are doing this for only $2,500? Yep. Nobody said jiu-jitsu people were good at negotiations, and I believe it. Moneyberg, $2,500. Moneyberg got you he got all your loyalty for 25. You guys need to raise your rates over here, guys. Craig Jones would have gotten more. Someone said only $2,500. Yep. I mean, yeah, that ain't that much money, guys. I'm trying to see if there's anything good. Let's move on. What's this? I haven't seen this one.
We're over here at the most loved jiu-jitsu gym in all of America, Standard Jiu-Jitsu. We're announcing Athlete 3, Gavin Corbett, 66 kilos, Team America, and DeAndre Corbett, 77 kilos, Team America. These boys just took 100K from Zapatero, and they proceeded to rob the government with their government payout. These guys are set for life. So they want to shout out Be Free, Craft Ice Cream, and something I'm very familiar with, Check Engine Light. That's my card, but that's their strength and conditioning coach. Big thank you to Greg Souders for letting us steal these athletes. I'm going to claim them as my own now. Obviously, he's done a lot of work with them. No drilling. No drilling with these boys.
New coach, Craig Jones.
What the heck's wrong with our sport? What the heck's wrong with our sport over here, guys? I just wonder, bro. I don't know if I'm helping or hindering the sport. I really don't know. I'm just reacting to this stuff, you know. I mean, if you watch my content, I just share some techniques and, maybe do a breakdown or something. That's basically it. But, a different age now. We got Jasmine Hosha. We're going to see what she's got to say. What you got to say, Jasmine? Shoot.
Imagine being one of the top female grapplers in the world, a role model to the younger generation, in a sport that's already dominated by men, and instead of empowering women, you start calling yourself daddy. Like, that's what the sport needed. Could never be me. Who said that? Imagine being one of the top.
Jasmine and Adele they don't got the best blood, but Adele took that arm home. If you guys watched that last ADCC, Adele took that arm quickly. So Jasmine, just focus. I know you got to do the social media stuff, but you better focus on your armbar defense. Focus on your grappling. So it should be a good match. I keep saying, Adele, bring some teammates, bring some big teammates with you. You need to bring Andre Galvao. You need to bring some heavy hitters with you. Don't go to Miami by yourself. That's just my advice, guys. My advice. We got Marcelo sharing a technique.
I have my hands defending my guard because I'm on the bottle. So
can't play that music, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, Marcelo, the king of the wrestle up, and the guillotine, and the butterfly, and the single leg X, and the X guard, and the north-south choke, and the back take, and the arm drag. I mean, Marcelo mastered a lot of jiu-jitsu. Takedowns. So really, this guillotine setup is really quick. Was that a collar tie? Boom, right onto the neck. I wish we could play that music, guys. I'm sorry. High elbow guillotine, yeah. Shout out to Marcelo, one of the best to ever do it.
This is why single leg takedowns are fake. JB's here on a single leg. I'm gonna frame, square up, hit the front splits, and monitor his hands. When he disconnects his hands, I'm gonna extract my leg and stand up. This is why single leg takedowns are fake. JB's here on a single leg. I'm gonna frame, square up, hit the front splits, and monitor his hands. If at any point he disconnects his hands, I'm gonna extract my leg and stand up. This is why single leg takedowns are.
this can work. You know, I mean, first you got to be able to hit the front split. Most people can't. You see this in wrestling a couple times, but usually, you know, if people can chain their wrestling together, they're probably going to switch to something else or push you out of bounds or something.
From an individual standpoint, what do we make sure to do to improve as fast as we can with the amount of time that's available?
I mean, you can only get on the mats as much as possible. You know what I mean? You're limited in the amount of time you can spend here. So you just need to maximize time away from here. That's the only variable you can change. So you need to be studying the best guys and really trying to figure out why the moves they're doing are effective. And that's done at home. Here's where you get to test it, you get to ask questions, but really most of the studying is done at home.
Like asking from an individual standpoint.
Was that Craig Jones being real for a second? That was Craig Jones. We've been talking about Oliver Geddes for a while. He's still kicking, so we got to post this tonight. Ollie received his 4th degree black belt from Roger Gracie. A total surprise for him and well-deserved one. If you guys didn't know, he's dealing with a type of cancer. Came out of nowhere, really. An incredible milestone that speaks volumes about his dedication, perseverance, and love for jiu-jitsu. Even though he's going through some rough days, we made it a priority to show. He made it a priority to show up and promote his own students first. That says everything about the kind of teacher and person he is. I couldn't be prouder of him, not just for the belt, but even more for his heart, his humility, and the way he always puts others first. So there are some good people in our sport, you know. I don't know if I like this or not. Yeah. There's some people out here that are good. Again, they don't get any shine on them, you know. People like Moneyberg and others, they're going to get more notoriety. But we can't say that you know, someone like Oliver, his impact, you might not know about him, but he's probably impacted someone that you know of, especially in the UK and in Europe. For instance, I took an instructor's course with him, so you know, that little bit helped me learn the rule set better. So you never know what kind of impact you can have. You know, hopefully it's a positive one. Some people's impact won't be positive. This is from a week ago. It says, with every round, round 3 of chemo done. With every round, he meets the challenge head-on, strong, steady, and deeply brave. Today on the Surrey Hills, we enjoyed the breeze and a little bit of normal. I'm so proud of him. So if you guys got to get sick, I hope you do it in Europe or somewhere where the healthcare, you know, is good and accessible. You get sick here in America, if you ain't famous, if you don't know Jake Paul or Dana White or somebody, they might just let you die, basically. UK, you know, they'll get you some new lungs and new liver, whatever you need, you good. Who's number 1? That's coming out maybe a week or two. I don't know exactly. It's going to be in Miami. Kit Dale versus Wagner. Adele versus Jasmine. Why isn't Achilles on there? Achilles not on there? We got Ryan Aiken. Shout out to Super Aiken versus Roberto. Owen Jones versus Gianni Grippo. That's going to be a good match. Igor Tanabe versus Roosevelt. Igor Tanabe. Lucas Lira versus, Sean Yadamarco. And Michael Sands versus Nathan Chong. Nathan Chong good. Nathan Chong, remember the guy that hit JT Torres with that sweep? That was Nathan Chong. He's also one of the dudes behind BJJ Korea. You got Jake O'Driscoll versus Jay-Z Cavalcante. Jocelyn Molina versus Amy Grande. I don't know some of these other people. So we'll see. Should be good. There's too much going on, bro. You got this. Who's number 1? You got BJJ Stars. You got UFC BJJ like all the same week. Or maybe BJJ Stars the next week or so. Not this week, but the next after that. You got Tackett versus Chambers coming up. Should be a good match. We got some Korean wrestling. We got some Korean folk style wrestling. So If you guys don't understand, most countries have their own folk style of wrestling, their own traditional wrestling. You know, in Korea, you get like this grip on the leg and you got to get the person down. You go to Mongolia, they got their own wrestling. You go to Senegal, they got their wrestling. You go to Japan, they got sumo. You go to the Amazon, they got knee wrestling. You go to Ireland, they got their wrestling. You go to Turkey, they got the Turkish oil wrestling. So every culture just about got their own style of wrestling.
Started in 1925, Carlos Gracie began teaching jiu-jitsu in Brazil, and his brothers joined soon after. Together, they built a legacy that would change martial arts forever. In the late 1970s, jiu-jitsu hit the U.S. From there, it spread across the globe, one role, one match, one fight, and one student at a time. And now, we celebrate 100 years of the Gracie family and jiu-jitsu. Saturday, October 25th, 2025, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Join us for the Gracie Family Reunion Seminar. Over 30 Gracie family members sharing the art with students from around the world. Anyone from white belt to black belt is welcome. Prepare for a day of jiu-jitsu, conversations, connection, acai, and photo opportunities. If you've ever dreamed of visiting Brazil, this is the time and the way to do it. Train with the Gracie family, celebrate the legacy, and experience the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro. Go to Gracie 100.
That might be one of the biggest seminars ever. They're going to try to sell you on some stuff, but it might be worth going to. Might be cool. We'll see. Look at them tabs, bro. I'm knocking them tabs out. We got summer camp time. You know, that's one thing, you know, a lot of schools don't do. They don't do summer camps. They don't do the after school program. They don't do the bus pickup. So, you know, if you want to take your program to the next level, you think about adding that stuff. Now you do gonna need a lot of help. You do gonna need helpers. You can't do that by yourself. You're gonna need a lot of help and you know, a lot of space too. But think about that, guys. It says this week, Atos HQ welcoming nearly 50 children for a week-long summer camp. Yeah, 1 week ain't that long. You might, I don't know how much money you could charge, a lot of money for that summer camp. Week-long summer camp filled with creativity, learning, and laughter. We closed it out today with a joyful water balloon fight and ice cream treats, and a perfect end to a memorable week. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. So that's awesome, man. If you want to make money in this sport, bro, you can make money in the instruction wise. Now, if you want to make money from competing, that's kind of tough. And seminars, you know, if you can build your brand, you can do the seminars. But like if you own a school, there's no shortage of ways to make money. So we got Masters Worlds coming up, same time as CJI, guys. So if you're competing, go to CJI too. We got all these old folks, and then they got Fionn in the middle. Hey, Fionn, how you doing, girl? Shout out to her. Is she Masters? She might be just turned 30 or something. We got John Jones, just unretired. I don't even want to cover John Jones. Margot Cicerelli, she just signed a exclusive contract. I don't know about that. Margot, why you do that, girl? You don't want to do CJI? She might be. I think it's just in Europe, though. It says Margot Cicerelli is officially joining the Polaris family. At Polaris 32, Margot put out one of the most spectacular performances in history. Cicerelli single-handedly defeated 5 people in a row, including multiple black belt world champions and some of the best grapplers in the world. Margot now has her eyes set on the Polaris title, and she will be back on our mats. So she did really good. Something that she did was she was using a lasso, so that might be worth studying, how she was using that lasso in Nogi. We got Rahadi Ferguson. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip Rahadi. Sorry, Rahadi. Who's skipping you? I want to finish. No, did he?
Right. Here we have it. History has begun with the draft, the Claude draft of 2025. I'm super excited to see another, just an organization being able to provide an opportunity for these college athlete wrestlers that have just put a whole lot of time and energy into the sport, and then sometimes they don't really jump to the RTC level. Some of these guys go right into college coaching or coach in high school, but they have that drive. They have that they have that will to still want to compete and perform. And I'm just loving these opportunities that are being provided. Coach Busy Be Right, I have entered the draft at 145 pounds. Not sure what team I'll be drafted to, but it's excited for the opportunity to see the sports just still growing. And we want to see that on all levels so the young kids can have something to aspire to be to. You have the NBA, you have the NFL, and here we have the Claw Draft 2025 wrestling. Right Way Wrestling's Coach the Most, Coach Busy Be Right. Right Way Wrestling's Coach the Most, Coach Busy.
So yeah, we're gonna keep following Claw. They got the wrestlers that probably weren't the top guy, or maybe weren't as popular. So, but it doesn't mean they're not good at wrestling. Doesn't mean they won't be entertaining. So we'll see how it goes. Talking about Fionn, we got where's this at? We got her school, Arma. It says they've secured their spot at Arma. Have you? So, from world-class athletes to trailblazers. So, these are some of the founding members. You have James Smith. He's like influencer. Nia Blackman. What's up, Nia? She's an up-and-coming athlete. Spencer Matthew. I don't know who that guy is. John Goldman. I think those are the two owners or something. We got Fionn Davies, founding member. The biggest reason I was drawn to Arma was the high level of people coming through the doors. So Fionn's going to be like the head coach over there. Some other people too. So we'll see how it goes. AP, they got a mat. We got people like Quan. He loves AP. So they got a mat. Oh, they got no sound. They got the mat. They do a lot of collabs, So if you want the cool collab, they do all this stuff. What's in there? They do collabs with like Nike, and it's kind of cool. Quan, that's what Quan loves. We got a little Moneyberg comic. It says, you dare to ask me for a role? That would be a bad day for you, my friend. I got my black belt in 3.5 years by drilling with my world champion friends. I am also extremely intelligent, and so are they for acknowledging my skill. So yeah, that looks like Moneyberg. I don't know what else to say about Moneyberg, bro. That's just. Listen, I would never give Moneyberg a black belt. I wouldn't give him a stripe. But that's just the way the sport is now, I don't want to play that. Talking about Craig Jones, we already talked about that. It says Craig Jones exits B team. Gordon Ryan says poison has been cut out. That looks like a ChatGPT reading. I'm not going to read that. ChatGPT made that. We'll get back to Craig Jones. Don't worry, guys. That's what we came for. We're definitely going to talk about Craig Jones in a little bit. We've been talking about him a lot. Fionn Davies named head coach of luxury €230 per month at BJJ Academy. So that sounds like a lot, but they got a lot of amenities. So they got the sauna, cold plunge. They can charge that. I mean, some of these other schools be charging that. They don't got no amenities. It says world champion grappler Fionn Davies is taking on a new role this summer as the head coach of Arma BJJ, a luxury Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy opening in August 1st in London. Known as the most accomplished European grappler of all time, I think it's like between her and Wrzinski at this point. Davies brings unmatched competitive pedigree to the role, having claimed gold at both ADCC and IBJJF World Championships. Arma BJJ is being billed as a premium training environment designed to blend elite coaching with luxury amenities. Members can expect cold plunges, a sauna, fully equipped strength and conditioning gym, and even a co-working space, creating a space that supports both physical development and mental recovery. So, yeah. We'll do a little walkthrough real fast if you guys don't know what it looks like. It's still in development too. Can you guys see that? It looks cool. I mean, that's still the mock-up, so we'll see how it really comes out. I mean, man, if you got a good facilities, you can do a lot. There's like two or three things you guys need if you want to be successful in jiu-jitsu right now. You need to have at least 2 mats so you can run multiple classes at the same time. So 2 or more mats, and you need a good bathroom. Good bathroom with showers, multiple showers, ideally. I think if you get those 2 things, and then have some good instruction. Have good instruction. You have more than 1 mat, 2 mats minimum, and you have a decent bathroom, multiple showers, multiple stalls. I think you can do well, and good instruction, of course. I don't want to talk about Gianni. We're skimming through today, guys. I'm tired today. Craig Jones announces the end of B Team Jiu-Jitsu. We talked about that for a second, but it's basically the same stuff we've been talking about. So we'll see how it goes, man. Sometimes teams kind of fall apart. This could possibly happen to B Team. Says it appears that the end of B Team as we know it has come, as Craig Jones announced via social media that he is out of it. Instead, the rebranded team will be led by Nicky Ryan, Nicky Rodriguez, Ethan Krinelstein, and Damien.
B-Team, as we know it, will also cease to exist. B-Team is going to be taken over and rebranded. It's going to be ran by Nicky Ryan, head coach. Nicky Rod will be there. Ethan will be there. Damien will be there. Me, I'm out of here.
Can we see that? Was that what we read earlier?
Will also cease to exist. B-Team is going to be taken over and rebranded. It's going to be ran by Nicky Ryan, head coach. Nicky Rod will be there. Ethan will be there. Damien will be there. Me, I'm out of here. B-Team as...
So you heard it from Craig Jones. He's out of there. He might pull a John Jones. Didn't John Jones said he retired and then unretired? I don't want to talk about Helena. Sorry, Helena. I don't want to talk about Gordon. We got Gordon Ryan. Actually, I will talk about Gordon. He says, Dirtbag said he's leaving the team right after he went AWOL and threw both Roddy Bros under the bus so he could appear morally superior to Reddit dorks. He's never there. Doesn't help run the school in any capacity. He doesn't need to. He does more by being himself. He's the marketing engine for B Team. He's never there, doesn't help run the school in any capacity, has zero home base or stability in his life, brags about traveling around and getting high and getting, can't say that part, newsflash. He's not leaving Z Team. Z Team is leaving him. Why else would they rebrand? You know who thinks a brand built on, I can't say that stuff, is a rock-solid brand? People with IQs below 90. Why is everybody attacking our IQs? First Moneyberg, and now Gordon Ryan is attacking our IQs. It's crazy. They both said we poor. Well, first off, Gordon Ryan hangs out with Moneyberg. So they both think we're poor, and they both think we have low IQs. It says people with IQs below 90. It's not rocket science. The good guy act that you see online, that's what it is, an act. This split could be seen coming for years, as he was around less and less. Let's see how messy it gets publicly. When the DDS split, we had an agreement to not air private drama in public. For a full year, they broke this agreement repeatedly until I finally responded. The only one who kept his word was Nicky Ryan. Both sides have a history of making splits messy. This will be interesting. By the way, never am I wrong. So yeah. I just wake up and stuff hits the fan, so I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. As far as I know, well, I don't know anything. Never am I wrong, apart from all those times I was. Gordon Ryan didn't say nothing about Moneyberg. Says what happened. I haven't seen a lady in I can't say that. Wasn't Gordon Ryan? They're saying Gordon was wrong about all those, the sandal company and some of those other companies he worked with. Someone says, isn't Craig just trolling about leaving anyways? Possibly. So no wonder Gordon and John Jones are good buddies. I can't see what's going on there. Says Gordon still can't comprehend why Craig is more popular than him. He's more sociable. That's it. He's just more sociable. I mean, who would you rather hang out with, Gordon Ryan or Craig Jones? If you just looked at their social media. I mean, Gordon probably just going to talk about himself or jiu-jitsu or something. Craig might have you. What was that? The Hangover, the movie? That's what hanging out with Craig Jones would be like. You're going to have an unforgettable story. Maybe some tattoos. You're going to have some regrets probably, but you're going to have a good time. Says Gordon is never wrong, except for the toehold, the sandal company. Branding New Wave only to realize trademark is already taken, making ADCC 2024 the biggest ADCC ever, etc. Yeah, Craig, we for sure going to hang out with Craig. You might be smoking some illicit substances, but you're going to have a good time. You might even get arrested. Says Craig's taking the B team name with him to Bali and Australia. Oh. Did Craig have that trademark? That was smart. I mean, it is his brand. That's his YouTube channel. He ain't gonna let them have that YouTube channel. It's crazy because all them athletes, Joseph Chin and Nicky Ryan, they helped build B Team. But Craig Jones, that's mine. Says this seems the most likely. I didn't even think about the B Team channel. That's crazy. Well, he built it, right? He got the login. They don't got the login for the YouTube channel. You can't sue for that YouTube channel. Says this seems like the most likely. He probably also has the YouTube channel, which is B Team's major asset. The other members are gonna have to hustle hard to build their own channel, so they might falter, bro. Well, I'm not gonna hang around the lady boys, but you guys can. But that B Team YouTube channel is an asset. Craig said, I got the B Team name. I got the B Team YouTube channel. I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, Craig could rebrand and build whatever he wants. He'll be okay. But the other members, they're kind of screwed a little bit. I imagine they're going to take and rename the second channel that they just recently made. I thought that it was strange that CJI Camp vlogs were on the Technique channel, but now it makes more sense now. In the latest B Team YouTube channel, YouTube video, Craig said, I don't know what I'm doing, but you won't see me again. Maybe he wants a break. He did talk about his health for a while, so maybe he's going to take a break and get off whatever he's on and, live a cleaner, healthier life. Says, I honestly rather watch new guys than Craig. Simple Man podcast is also much more enjoyable than his El Segundo. Craig has too much of look at me energy for my liking, while all the other guys are really simple men. Says you might be the only person with this opinion in the world. I do listen to Simple Man podcasts sometimes, but they're genuinely dumb and their homophobic remarks are lame. I mean, what do you think you're going to get from Simple Man podcasts? Surprised he wouldn't just allow it to continue in the U.S. as well. B Team has two U.S. locations with more possibly coming. Why is that a bad thing? So there is a B Team here in New Jersey, but they might have to rebrand as well if they don't have the copyright or the licensing or whatever, the trademark. Yeah, trademark. I think trademark. They might have to rebrand. So no more B Team in Jersey possibly. Says interesting and kind of messed up since other guys also helped build that brand up. It was probably in their contract. I don't imagine any of them expected this to be a forever thing. It seems to have been a very clever way to make a name and promote themselves. But now all of them are well established, and it's probably time everyone grows up a bit. The culture and sport move. Very soon the feud and the jokes the team was built on would have become obscure. Craig is nothing if not excellent at capitalizing off of He is nothing if not excellent at capitalizing off of a moment. That's how he's built everything, a series of very solid business moves disguised by humorously packaging internet feuds and BJJ popular culture moments. It's quite something to observe. Joe says Craig is pretty, well, you can say that. All he has is clout. Well, that's our sport. Our sport is all clout. Craig is good, though. Craig is good. You can't deny that Craig is not good. He's amazing. He maybe didn't win ADCC, but he's great. I mean, you got second place, right? He's good. What else do you really need, Craig? He got more money than everybody. I can't say nothing. Maybe he doesn't have as much money as Moneyberg, but everybody else in the sport ain't better, bro. We all, not me, but they all bad. Am I part of the sport? I'm kind of on the fringe here. It says, well said. Mexican ground karate was funny for a minute, but Craig is really good at understanding the sarcastic Beetlejuice principle. Same thing with the brand. When the jokes die, come up with new material. Craig made Nicky Rod a millionaire a few months ago. I highly doubt this gets messy. Says comments like this are probably why Craig wants to distance himself from B Team. It doesn't do much for the integrity of your comp, for your team, for your own team to keep winning it. I don't think they care. It says, despite all the dramatic history, I genuinely don't think there's bad blood in this B Team rebrand. Craig has been more of a promoter than a coach for the last 2 years, and I don't think it makes him a whole of a lot of sense to keep being strongly affiliated with B Team if he wants to continue growing CJI. I'm not sure where to look, but I'm fairly certain that Craig has specifically said from the beginning that he didn't want to run a gym. It was just spearheading the B Team temporarily to get their momentum going. He said he was planning on retiring and doing seminars and like this and the like before the DDS split. Exactly, with much of his motivation being to get Nicky Ryan to a sustainable place away from Gordon and Danaher. This is Craig doing what he set out to from the start. He also mentioned bringing in white belts just so they can have a better income. He didn't need it, but the other guys have less of a social media following and popularity and could use the extra income. Understandable. He made comments recently about hinting about stepping away and leaving competitive BJJ, also on Helwani's show. He confirmed that this upcoming match is his last one. Yeah, I mean, he definitely needs to take care of his health. Says in before the B Team split gets through with zero drama by being handled in a respectful manner by everyone involved. Oh, and Nicky Ryan didn't say anything about the split because he's the real victim. I don't want to say that. The very moment Moneyberg's promotion news started to fade away, we got this. I love BJJ because it's a never-ending supply of drama. Yeah, there's my channel right there. I used to judge people for being too into celebrity drama. Now that I enjoy BJJ shenanigans, I might have misjudged them too harshly. Or I might have judged them too harshly. It's entertaining. I was just thinking these guys couldn't stand the moron drama taking all the headlines, so they had to create their own moronic drama to snatch the headlines back. Wait, how did Craig throw Nicky? He didn't throw Nicky Rod under the bus. Gordon needs to shut up. I hope God humbles him. God's already humbling him because apparently there's no BJJ heavyweight that's going to risk their life on steroids, stack, and train 60 hours a week. He's never going to compete again. He's done a McGregor and burned out from poor choices, but his mouth doesn't realize it yet. Yeah, That's crazy. We don't have any more superstars. You guys had Gordon and Craig. Once you lose those guys, I mean, Mikey not a superstar. Let's be real. Tackett maybe Tackett. Well, he's not at the level of Gordon or Craig really. He's good, but he's not their level. Maybe Mica maybe is the only superstar I can think of. Tynan don't really fight everything. He don't do no-gi really, except for that one time. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. Who else is a superstar? The Rotulos, they kind of go into MMA though. I'm saying specifically for jiu-jitsu. And they're not really like, I couldn't even think of the Rotulos. So, when you think of the sport, usually back in the day it would be like Marcelo Garcia, Roger Gracie, Jacare. And the last couple years it's been like Gord Ryan, Craig Jones, Danaher. When you think about the new crew of people, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same to me. The Rotulos are good, but they kind of do MMA and they're kind of in their own world. I'm saying like superstar as far as like you're at the forefront of jiu-jitsu. Maybe other people know of you, people like in the MMA community, or maybe people that aren't in jiu-jitsu might know of you, maybe the Rotulos. If you put them together, that would be a superstar. I mean, they're both superstar level, but they kind of do their own thing. Someone that's kind of outgoing, maybe controversial. I don't think there is any. Maybe, I don't know who else would be the next superstar. Not gonna be me. I'm too old. Says this drama is tiring. Always some BS. Just read in the thread. I don't want to say what that says. These lads give BJJ a bad taste with all their moaning. Thank God BJJ has legends like Hickson, Hodger, and Marcelo for people to look up to. I always love when Gordon, the same guy who talks about masculinity and those things, turns his comments off on posts where he's going to get heat. He didn't even do it for the toe hold post, but he did it for the B team post. Gordon is exhausting to follow as he is entertaining. Here we go again with the man baby teenage girl drama. It's true. Craig is never there. They joke about it on the podcast all the time, but why that's bad thing, I don't know. My man out there feeding them boys. Says even if he's right and Craig was booted for inactivity, not looking good for the brand. That's league's better than half the team leaving because you wanted your brother. Okay, can't say that. Some of these posts I can't read, guys. To me, it seems weird that they chose to rebrand instead of just running with B Team, but without Craig. That's going to be interesting. I guess Seth is also out. I think it's because the whole theme of B Team is being second best, and without Craig, it doesn't really make sense. With Seth out, who else? Who will the adults in the room be? Dima? He's opening his own place in Berlin. Yeah, shout out to Berlin. I don't know the jiu-jitsu scene too well, but it doesn't seem it very much seems like very hobbyist oriented, like club oriented in Berlin. I can't tell you any major team, maybe an alliance team or something, or 10th Planet in Berlin, but it just seems like a hobby in Berlin. Did Craig talk about wanting to leave B Team in some podcasts? Everyone knew Craig wasn't going to stick around for long at B Team. Someone says latest YouTube video, leaving B Team, leaving USA, leaving Jiu-Jitsu. Says intelligence is inversely correlated with the frequency at which a person mentions IQ. What I'm saying is Gordon Ryan is dumb. That's what the post said, not me. Gordon, I can't say that. I sometimes wonder if getting my kids into this shit show of a sport was a good idea. I don't know. I'm getting hungry, guys. I'm getting hungry. This live stream about to end. I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat that much yesterday. I was supposed to, but I was too tired. Azalea Banks just got exposed. Oh, I didn't see that. What happened? She just exposed Connor. Maybe I'll look into that. We'll see. Connor, bro. Connor all over the place. Let's see. Let's see. Since Craig has been traveling the last 2 years and only stopped by like twice at B Team in those 2 years per his Ariel Helwani post. Wow. Craig hasn't even been there in 2 years? Like, Craig is also balling out of his he's also balling and is set financially, meaning no more BJJ matches. How much money do you guys think Craig Jones has? Oh, well, I'm not going to cover that. I ain't covering no leaked footage. Oh, no. I'm definitely not covering that. My man Connor, he got too much money. He got too much money, bro. Why she leak that, though? She shouldn't have leaked that. She might get sued or something. How much money do you guys think Craig has? He said they're saying he's set financially, meaning no more BJJ matches, tournaments, seminars. I'm sure he'll retain his percentage stake in the team, just will no longer have a say in anything moving forward. I just think Craig has bigger things in store for his own future than running a gym in Austin. Not trying to downplay anyone that wants to run gyms, but it seems like he enjoys event promotion more than the day-to-day grind of running a gym. Even an extremely talented gym. Yeah, it's kind of a waste of his talent to be stuck in Austin, Texas. Craig said in the video B Team is done. He said they are rebranding completely. I get that 99% of people in this sub think Craig is some BJJ messiah, but the dude is messy in how he does things. Clearly something went down. There is zero reason to disband B Team outside of interpersonal drama. Craig would fly home, still have his name attached, and still make videos, still visit occasionally. I mean, he was hardly at HQ anyways, and things would remain the same even with him retiring. The hate for Gordon has blinded so many people that the moment he says something, people immediately jump onto the opposing stance. I like Craig. He's funny. He has done a lot of great things for BJJ. He is also a time bomb. B Team would have been a generational brand. I don't know. Calling his brother Nicky Ryan and not just my brother tells me everything I need to know about Gordo. He also called everybody on Reddit dorks. BTT says, show Moneyberg roll with Mikey footage. What a joke. We just watched that. We watched that a while ago. Yeah, it is pretty bad. But he's going to be in CGI, so we'll see. He might get exposed. I'm figuring that he's going to pay off the dude to take a dive. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to B Team, guys. They said, think the dude just more into Fair Fight Foundation for now. Can only do so much, and that project is more than just being stuck at one gym. He helped grow B Team to get them all going, and now it's time for them to fly and for Craig to keep doing charity stuff. Yeah, so Craig's going to live his life the way he wants to, and I mean, he should. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro. We just talked about this, but another thread. No, I don't want to read anymore. I'm done, guys. I'm tired. Mo wants to add. We already talked about that too. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me. His meat got leaked. No, Connor, his meat got leaked. He shouldn't have sent it to that girl. Did she expose him though? We're not gonna look at the photo. Connor, maybe it's AI. Conor McGregor was leaked and exposed after allegedly sending explicit photos to artist Azealia Banks. That can't be true. That I don't think you can expose people like that, can you? You can't. I don't care. All right, guys, don't be sending no explicit pictures to these girls. That's it, bro. I'm tired, man. I got nothing else to say. We'll keep up to date on the B team drama. Was there any updates on Ben Askren? Let's see. I think there was something 2 days ago.
Update on how I'm doing. Everything is going pretty well. I got another tube out. Only have one tube left. And I wanted to make a reflection with where I was less than a month ago, which was Father's Day. So I'll read you this journal entry. It's from our friend Amber. I actually thought my wife wrote it. I was mistaken. So there really hasn't been any big updates in the last few days. They have been trying to tinker with the sedation and other things, but honestly, constantly changing. A part of the day, you think he's doing great, and the next part you're not. It's been very up and down. Whenever he wakes up, his oxygen has been dropping. What's happening is that his heart takes the blood and doesn't get to go through the ECMO, therefore it can't get oxygenated. They're hopeful to start transplant evaluation this week. So that was like a month ago that they want to start transplant evaluation. Feels like, holy crap, came a long way since then. And I just wanted to give one Mental Mondays message, and that was, I'm going to plead guilty. I felt guilty for myself one time, right? And that doesn't do anyone any good. And I thought, man, I never smoked one cigarette, never smoked any weed, never did anything. Why did my lungs get stolen from me? Right? Why is this happening to someone who smokes habitually? Then I realized it happened. It's over. It's done with. I could be bitter and angry. I could whine, cry. It's not gonna help anybody. I am where I am now, and I'm gonna move forward the best that I can. So, I hope you guys are enjoying the updates. I will not feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
I'm kind of interested in how they get those lungs in there.
What's up, guys?
Like, how do they get those lungs in there? So it looks like Ben Askren's doing well. I'll research how they get the lungs in there myself, but I'm kind of interested. Do they have to open up the chest cavity and take? I think they do have to open up that chest cavity. So keep Ben Askren in your prayers. Keep cousin Big Rob in your prayers too, guys. I keep telling you guys to stay healthy. I need to tell myself that too. Stay healthy, guys. Take care of yourselves. Try to live good lives, man. As much as you can. That's it, bro. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm hungry. We'll be on this week, Monday through Friday. We do Monday through Friday. If you guys got any cool stories, send it to me on Instagram. If you want to support the channel, Inverted Gear. They got all the gear you need. We got BJJ mental models. We're gonna have a new course offering. We're gonna be offering a new course on BJJ mental models. Not through me, but we're gonna have a good deal for you guys. So be on the lookout for the next video on my main channel. And as always, tell people about the live stream. That goes a long ways, guys. And that's it. We'll keep you guys updated on B Team and Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan and Danaher and Helena and whoever else. As far as I know, there is no other live stream on jiu-jitsu topics. Who else can talk about jiu-jitsu as long as me every day? I don't know. Maybe somebody can. But that's it, guys. Stay healthy and enjoy your Magic Monday. Okay? Marathon Monday. All right, guys. Peace out. I'm done. You definitely know I'm going to play the inverted gear video. Hopefully we can make a new one. I'm getting tired of this one now. See you guys.